Hi everyone, before we jump into this week's episode, I wanted to let you guys know that I'm running a sale in my Etsy store. Over the next 4 days, I'll have 15% off everything. So after this video, go head on over and check it out. I'll leave a link in the description. Now let's get on with the build. So when I mentioned this week's project to Nicole, she told me she had exactly what I needed and handed me this big tub of fabric. There were so many different styles of fabric, it was perfect for what I had in mind. The first step is to cut out the fabric. Now this is the container that I'll be casting in, so all I have to do is trace around it with a marker and then I'll have my perfect circle. It didn't take me long to realise that this was going to take forever, but I was lucky enough that Nicole offered to help me. At the start of this video I told you guys I was going to cast in this container, but as you can see we had so much fabric I had to upgrade to a larger one. Now before we start mixing any resin I need to separate these colours. Because we cut them in batches, all the colours are clumped together, so I'm going to separate them to give ourselves a nice look. So now that I have all the colours sorted out, I'm going to explain how I'm going to cast it. Now the first thing I need to do is take this piece of plywood and cut myself a circle. That way I can use it as a press to squish down all the fabric. I'm also going to use this block of wood and the lid. Now once that's made, we'll be able to pour our resin. I'm going to put a little bit in the bottom, then some fabric, then some more resin, more fabric, more resin, more fabric, and then eventually we'll be able to put the press on top. Once that's done, we'll be able to put it in the vacuum chamber, draw all the air out, and then put it in the pressure pot. You'll notice here that I have a ripping blade on my bandsaw. Unfortunately, it doesn't take corners too well, so I'm just going to cut off as much excess as I can and then finish it up on the disc sander. It's now time to get my resin ready, and for this one I'll be using Art Cast. I'm just going to mix up 400 mils to begin with, and if I need any more I'll just mix some more up. Okay, here we go. before I put any more fabric on, there's one thing I wanted to do. I've got this 1921 Australian penny and I wanted to put it in the middle, but it's something only you and me will know about. I think while I'm mixing a new batch of resin, I might pop this in the vacuum chamber now, just to get a few of those bubbles out. Okay, let's keep going. I just want to quickly interrupt this video to let you guys know that I'll be randomly adding this week's project into someone's order. So if you place an order over the next 4 days, there's a chance you might get it. Now let's get back to the build. Okay, we're down to the last stack. Might need a bit more resin yet. Okay, that's the last of the fabric. And we're a bit short, but we haven't quite got all the air out yet. So I think what I might do is clamp it down with that piece of plywood, stick it in the vac chamber and see how it goes. If I need to mix up any more resin, I will, and we'll just pour it over the top. Wow, look at that. Just pushing it down with our press, we've easily got enough resin. Okay, I'm just going to take this lid down. As I was about to put it in the pressure pot, I noticed we needed more resin, but unfortunately it was too late now, so we'll have to add some later. Well, as you can see, that fabric soaked up all that resin, so we're going to have to mix up another cup. We'll be able to pour it through the hole on the top here, then we'll put it back in the vacuum chamber, we'll vac it down, and then get it back in the pressure pot. So now that we have our casting out of the mould, it's time to glue on our waste block and start turning it on the lathe. Scratching up a smooth surface helps the glue create a good bond. I started to notice that my chisel was going a bit blunt and it was time for a sharpen. Well, I think that's looking pretty good. All that's left now is to give it a sand and a polish. I often get asked, why do I swap lathes to sand? Well, I wet sand a lot, and as you can see by the back wall here, it makes a big mess, so it's easier to do it here than on my big lathe. Some of you may have already figured out by the title of this video that I've started a new series called Egg That. It's going to be a series where I take everyday items and turn them into eggs. Now if you guys have any suggestions as to what you might want me to use, let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, please consider hitting the thumbs up button. It really helps my channel grow. Now let's check it out.